What is up, my YouTubers? This is video number 4. So this is my last deck I got built right now. But I am planning to build more decks, so there will be deck profiles of those shortly. But for now, here for at least probably till next week, this will be my last deck profile. Uh, so this deck profile is probably the most competitive deck I own, besides Turbo Fog. But I have spent a lot of money into this. I don't play it at my locals very often. I did last week, and some people were heated about it. Sorry, August. I know, I know. But anyways, this is probably one of my favorite decks at the same time, just because of how derpy it is, and me being a Magic player, I really liked LD, land destruction, and this is the closest thing to it in this game. So I had to go with it. when I when I first saw this list, I was like, whoa, that looks way familiar, because I pretty much already had it built before I even saw it on the internet. So I was like, I mean, there was a couple different things, but I pretty much already had the deck built. um, so I've been spending a lot of time in this, so it's pretty deck, I think. But let's start off. This is Lumia again. So I did have her on another one of my videos, if you guys don't remember. She is one colors, a red and white to Judgment, and then she has Energize for a red and white. Then also, at the end of turn, you get to blink out a Rested Resonator and put it back into field unrested. Amazing, especially in this deck because your elves and your Tamios. Untapping your elf to save for your wall wind, or blinking out your Tameo for card draw is amazing in this deck. So then after you judgment her, which I never use her coming in play effect because I don't run the card, but she has swiftness. You remove the Radiance or Crimson Radiance from your hand, from the game, and then she gains Impressionable and pretty much lifelink. But I don't use that part, not in this deck anyways. And then when she attacks, she gets to blink out a creature and put it back into play rested. So usually you want to attack with your creatures first before you blink them out. So I would say attack with your hook and then attack with her. So that is it for Lumia. I'm not going to go on too much detail with Lumia because I've already been over her. She is one of my favorite rulers, and this is the deck that made her my favorite ruler pretty much. So let's get into the deck. Okay, so first we run 3 wall winds. Like I said, very important to play your turn 1 elf and then able to tap her and blink her out and stuff at the next turn. So it's just really awesome. Save open for your wall winds. One of the best cancel spells in this game right now. The only thing that kind of makes it a little bad is energized, but I still really like it. Um, and then to back up, we got 4 elves or sacred elves, and absolutely love sacred elf in this deck because of the counters and just mana ramping to your hooks. It's pretty self-explanatory. You want to get your hooks out and you want to get them out fast. Then we run 4 cameos. If you guys don't know, when it enters into the battlefield, you draw a card. So really great with Lumia. If you attack and then blink them out, then you get a draw card. Really awesome. Hand advantage is amazing in this deck. Any kind of deck like this, if you can have hand advantage, it's just going to help you out even more. Then the next card, which everyone usually runs in this deck, 4 Melfies. Uh, Really good card. Quick cast. When if it's the second spell that was played this turn, then you get to prevent damage that J/Resonator that your opponent controls uh, prevent it. So that's pretty awesome. Saves you from like Mars's effect, and I think that was so funny. I had someone play him on me and try to guard him, and I think it was Mars. No, it was Alazaris. Sorry, and tried to deal all that damage to me and the board, and I was just like flash in because I already played a spell and prevented all of it because it was Alazaris that dealt the damage. Really, really good. There's a reason Melfi's expensive because she's pretty awesome. So the next card in the deck, I think we're on three. Yep, just three. Uh, this is probably one of my favorite cards because I'm a control player. So a green and white cancel spell, Seal of Wind to Light. Love it a lot. Cancel target spell, and if you awaken it with one blue or one moon, sorry, it can't be chased. Never use that part, but just a 2-drop counter spell is amazing, especially when you're like playing second and you play your elf and then you pass your turn and then don't do anything. You still have that energize and you still have that elf, so you have something to counter with. So if you just leave yourself open right, this deck is amazing for control. You just gotta learn how to play a control deck pretty much. Then we run 2 Keen Sense. Absolutely love Keen Sense. Destroy a chance standby or counter a normal spell. So basically you can counter their cancel spells, or you can destroy their like lunar lakes. So you can get your captains through. So really awesome. Next card is 2 Rewriting Loss. Love Rewriting Loss because it's a mana fixture, like I said in my other video. Um, when you can tap for any mana with any stone and it untaps 2 stones, it's just really great. And then it draws draws a card on top of that. So just really good card to have. Um, Rewriting Laws I was running 3 of. Now I went down to 2 because I added more cards in this deck, and you'll see my little deck text on them here really soon. Actually, the next card. So let's get to the next card. Now I run Lumia, the creature. I really, really, really like this card. I think the people that don't play it are kind of retarded. Almost. Because it's a 3-card advantage since you play Lumia in your hand. And in this deck, you run so many cancel spells. So being able to have 3 cards just sitting here, and most likely one of them is going to be a cancel spell or something that's going to help you during the game. It's just amazing. I found the other night when I won the tournament, my locals tournament with this deck. There's so many times I had like 9, 12 cards exiled and just been like, cancel that. I'll play a hook from this. So I save the hook in my hand so they don't know I have that one, or they don't know I have the cancel spell in my hand too. It's just like additional hand to your hand, and it never can be discarded. It's just uh, very underrated, and I absolutely love this Lumia. So let's get on to the next card, and I run 2 of it, and that is Faria's Summoning. So really like this card too, because there's so many ways to play a spell on your opponent's turn, especially when you're canceling stuff, and then play Faria Summon. So what it does is has quick cast, and then you can go search for a resonator from your deck and put it into your hand. Then it has Torrent. If you cast a spell before this, then you get to untap a stone. So just really awesome. You can save yourself open for like that wall wind or just other things. Play another Tamio, play another elf. It's just so many things you can do with that. Like it a lot. When you can search out your hooks at any time, instant speed for 2 mana, I think it's really awesome. So the next card, I run one of it, and that is the Wind Secluded Refuge, which I should just know that off the top of my head. Sorry guys, but it's an addition. So that's really important in this deck because I do run Kage's Moonbeam Butterflies, so you can search it out with that. So it's really awesome. But when it comes into play, you draw a card, so more hand advantage. Never, never, never a bad thing in control decks. And then also, if they choose to target a resonator, you can banish this and you can cancel that. So just really awesome addition for 2. Replaces itself and gives you a cancel spell to protect a resonator. I just like it a lot. Saves your hooks, saves other things. You can get it out with the Moonbeam Butterfly, so you can search it out at any time. It's just really nice. And that is the only addition I do run in this deck. I do run some inside, but I am not going to show my side at this time because it's kind of all over the place right now. And so I don't want to try to get it together. But the next card is I run one of, and that's Belvedere. So when it enters play, you can remove target creature that has 1,000 attack or more from the game. So it's just really good to get rid of your like chimeras, but they can cast them anyways. But it's good for getting rid of other hooks, and it's just good to have with lumia because it has target attack too. So you can basically kill down something that's not tapped, so you don't have to worry about it. Just tack straight into it, and then blink it out, and then kill something else. Remove it from the game. It's a really good one of, and you can search it out anytime. So if you absolutely need it, you can get it with the Moonbeam Butterfly or Faria Summon. So the next card on the list, I run 2 of, and that is Lunar Lakes. Just really important to have because it shuts down chimeras, shuts down any common play effects, other captains, just shuts down a lot. Being able to cancel a coming in play effect and then kill that creature also, as long as you control Bluestone, Waterstone, so it's just really good to have. Nice backup. I found myself using it a couple different times. I even thought it was funny one time I used it on a Tamio. It's kind of dickish, but I had the game secured, so I just did it anyways. And then, yeah, no, never mind. So the next card I run 2 of, and biggest crush in the world on this card, Frigg. Frigg's just amazing. And I'm sorry guys for the glare. I just kind of noticed that. But Frigg, when it comes into play, you get to choose a chant or a addition or a resonator from your graveyard and put them in your hand. And you can choose all 3 of them, I meant. So you can put, say, Wind Secluded Refuge and another Frigg if you have another Frigg in your graveyard, and Moonbeam Butterfly back to your hand. So just really awesome. Or a lot of times I find myself putting cancel spells back in my hand just to protect myself. I am a very control-y type person, and I will just like try to control that game 24/7. And so I get back my cancel spells a lot of the times. Then the next card, which the deck's built around, 4 Captain Hooks, and it's the pretty Captain Hook. I love this Captain Hook. Good job on doing this because just the textured, not having full art of Captain Hook. I hated. I hated so much. Now you gave me a full art version of Captain Hook. I love you. But if anyone doesn't know, when it enters play, put two special magic stones from your opponent's stone area back into their stone deck in any order, pretty much. And then, or you can put two resonators from their fields back to their hand. I found myself doing both. It just depends on what I am playing. If sometimes if I'm playing more of aggressive decks, it just really matters if they're running special magic stones or not. If I'm bouncing resonators, most of the time I'm bouncing stones though. Everyone plays special magic stones, it seems like. So Captain's just a weakness to everyone. But Abdul, but really, honestly, like I've seen Abdul against this deck like 3 or 4 times now, and each time I have been able to beat it because as soon as I see black, I just automatically think Abdul, and I save my counters for it. And so if they most people think they get away with it, and now I'm just like, no, cancel that, get that off the field, and then I have no problems. Uh, but if I don't hold my cancel down for it, then they just kind of destroy me, just to say lightly. Uh, but then the last card in the deck is Kaguya's Moonbeam Butterfly, and this, since I saw it, it has been like one of my favorite cards. Reincarnation and this card I have a big crush on. This to me, being a Magic player, reminds me of cards like Birthing Pod or Green Sun Zenith. More like Green Sun Zenith, but it kind of has a Birthing Pod feel because of the +1. That's why I like it. And same way I played Magic right when, or like I was playing Magic a long time, but I was in it right when Birthing Pod came out, and I picked up so many of those, and they shot up in price. And I did the same thing with this card, and they shot up in price. So you know good cards when you see it, and this is one of those. It's just a really good card to have. So it's green, white, X. You get to search for a resonator or addition of X cost +1. So if you pay 4, then it equals 5, and you can go get your hook. Really important. I find myself getting Melfi's or the 2-drop Lumia. I have a crush on the 2-drop Lumia right now because of how much hand advantage it gives you. I just really like that card. But that is it for this deck. I know most people have already seen this deck, but I thought you guys should see my version and just tell me what you guys like. If you don't like it, if you don't like hearing me ramble on, tell me. That's what I'm here for. So just like, subscribe, and share this page. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Stoner Steve signing out, baby.